Alright guys, we did it. You can have your way finally. You guys, paladins are lawful good. Good job! But hey, you know, that's fine because the class is being renamed. Yeah, that's a thing that's happening. I'm a little behind on this information, I'm not gonna lie. But today, 3:40 p.m. in Kansas City, Missouri, I've watched No Direction's interview with Jason Ballman, and it slipped that the Paladin class is being renamed to the Champion. Now, most of this video, short of there being a blog come out later tonight and I have to scrap the whole thing and go again, is going to be speculation. If you have anything to add, the comments is where your voice goes. Like and subscribe for more content. Ding that bell so when more official content on this champion. And man, I've been watching Parks and Rec again lately and I can't not hear Chris Pratt singing about Champion of Death. I guess that's a Pharasman Paladin, huh? Anyway, you'll get it first right here. This episode was brought to you in part by Mr. Michael Baker. Thank you for your support, friendship, and help, my friend. Okay, so what we know right now is the Paladin class is being renamed to Champion. A lawful good champion is a Paladin. Now, I personally don't see the reason why we're hung up on names, but I guess that's my chaotic good speaking. However, this does seem to appease both camps pretty well. I know a lot of people in my life who were very happy about this. They've been saying it forever, rename the Paladin class if you want to take it off LG, but the LG one is the Paladin. People put a lot of stock in names, and I would say those people are definitely going to be appeased by this change, and it looks like this should make room for all 9 alignments getting the Paladin, air quotes, now the Champion. This makes total narrative sense to me for a couple of reasons. First reason, we associate our paladins with lawful good. We associate our anti-paladins with chaotic evil. Deities within one step of that alignment would offer paladin or anti-paladin codes, but that doesn't, to me, seem that the chaotic good deity, the lawful evil deity, etc., 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 did not deserve to have their own champions. Just to run it across the line real quick. Lawful good, obviously, for Yomade! That's all you gotta do. You've got it figured out. The champion of neutral good, as we know it in the playtest, as the Redeemer, cares less about the honor and glory and more about just the absolute good. Redemption. Everyone can be just like them with, you know, care and attention. CG's Paladin of Freedom, the anti-slavers, the Eagle Knights. Look no further to, say, Caden Kalian. Of course that man is handing down powers to his favored servants, and I've always thought it was a little unfair and kind of weird that if you weren't lawful good, the trail of thought was, play a war priest, right? It's not the same. You're not a full bad class. No divine grace, no lay on hands. Sure, you have other cool abilities, but you are different than the class you wanted to play. Moving forward, of course, lawful neutral, chaotic neutral, Judge Dredd, blood for the blood god, bring me to chaos. I don't think I need to say anything more there. For true neutral, we see a couple of different aspects that are now officially legal in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, in theory. The first of which, again, a Paladin of Pharasma. Someone who wanders the world slaying undead because it's anathema to the deity. Not out of any righteous zeal. Not because a zombie left to wander the land might chew on someone's dog and kill it. No, because the soul has been bound to the undead, thus cannot move forward to its next life. Or the Lich, or the Vampire, or the Grave Knight, the sentient undead of your choice, running away from their fate, eternal torment in hell. Of course, would be sent there by the LG Paladin, but not for the same reasons as the Paladin of Pharasma, the true neutral one, and on the other side of that, though the alignment restriction for the Druid has been lifted, this does open up the Green Knight. Maybe not necessarily a wild-shaping Paladin, though be sweet, but someone who champions the cause of nature. Someone who protects the wild from the encroachment of civilization. Someone who serves as an intermediary between man and beast. And someone who, again, maybe not necessarily wild-shaping, though it'd be cool, channels the powers of those beasts through their champion powers. Something along the lines maybe of like hunter aspects. Lawful evil, of course, don't really need to explain that one. That's the tyrant, right? That's order above all else, the strong rule over the weak, the guy who sends his slaves into battle, seeking to take care of himself but stay within the bounds of, you know, the law of the land. Hello, Hell Knight. Right? Basically the same idea in neutral evil. Evil for evil's sake. Do what you want because you are, the most powerful thing. Eat what you want. Make all the undead you want. Urgathoa is pleased. Grab your scythe. Now we, the players, don't have to go to our GM and be like, hey, I'd really like to play a paladin, but I don't really want to play a lawful good. I really like deity XYZ. Would it be okay if I played them? Of course, as a GM, you still have the right to rule 0 no. The champions are lawful good, only paladins. We can also say the same now about any alignments to help sell our narrative. But at least as far as the core rulebook goes, it's baked right in. In a way that's fair to everyone. The paladin remains a separate thing, keeping its name, keeping probably mostly what it does, but not at the expense of the other 8 alignments. And I think also that's really cool because that means we don't have to release a class to be the opposite of the paladin, the anti-paladin, if you will. The class is good, yeah, sure, but the class is not distinct. Literally the class in Pathfinder 1st Edition was a paladin that could be the other alignment, that had the good abilities like Divine Grace, adding charisma to saves, but just flip-flop the things that didn't make any sense. And the fact that we don't have to devote space in another book to this class means we can devote space in that same book to other newer, different character concepts with new classes. You can tell Paizo was definitely thinking about it because at the end of In Pale Mountain's Shadow, though my group did not fight her, there definitely was an anti-paladin thrown in at chaotic evil with its own reaction, Vengeful Strike. When you get critically hit, you make a strike against the triggering creature at -2 before the opponent rolls damage. If your attack hits, the target is enfeebled 1 for the remainder of its turn, or enfeebled 2 if you crit them. The effect ends if they target someone who isn't you, and if this were to incapacitate or kill what is attacking, that critical hit deals no damage. Right, that's really strong. Now, we do not need another class to have access to that strength. Now we just have it. I really like that. Especially because that means new class feats for champions. I keep tripping over saying paladins here because, God, it's been so long. It could mean new classes outright, different prestige class archetypes, on and on and on. I really like 3.5 in Pathfinder 1st Edition, yeah, no lie. But I also really like new things, and this seems like a very logical way to have access to them. It's definitely a brave new world right now. We don't, again, have a whole heck of a lot of information. Again, as we have it, it will be released right here. Literally, if there's a blog come out today talking about it, I will make a second video because it's really exciting to me. And I imagine it's definitely exciting for those of you out there who are hearing this. What do you guys think about this? People who believe paladins are universally lawful good, is the change to the champion class, with paladin being the LG variant of it, enough to satisfy you? Will we perhaps be seeing champions that aren't divine related in Pathfinder 2nd Edition? And if so, what are you rolling up? What champions do we want to see? A champion of valor, a champion of nature, a champion of, again, death? Go away, Chris Pratt. Get out of my head. Like and subscribe for more videos, guys. Thank you so much for watching. The next episode of your Pathfinder, can't say playtest anymore, 2nd Edition content drops next Tuesday.